Sorry, bring us just back a little bit to some of the things that you did as a teenager. What kind of hobbies did you have? What did you do outside of school?
You know, that's the problem because I worked all the time. You know, I was either babysitting or working at La Playa or working after school every day and Saturdays and vacations. So I really didn't have hobbies or sports. That was a negative about that. That was, but there was still time to play. You know, a wonderful resource for the for Carmel kids was Carmel Valley. It was always foggy in Carmel, much more foggy than it is currently these days, although this summer hasn't been too great. But we would have very heavy, drippy fog. And to get away to Carmel Valley was always a treat. There was a river with the swimming holes, and there was Robles del Rio Lodge at the top of the hill in what is now Carmel Valley Village. And they had a marvelous swimming pool, great big, wonderful tiled pool, and there were horses to ride. So I remember Carmel Valley as a wonderful getaway for kids to find sun and be with our friends.
Did you guys go down to the beach at all?
Oh yes, we were at the beach every time we could get away to go to the beach. Beach was an incredible resource for us. And also we had that wonderful movie theater, which sadly was torn down. It's now, you know, the Carmel Plaza, but those were the days before people had a consciousness about historic preservation. So tragically, this marvelously Spanish eclectic building with wonderful tile work, etc., was torn down. But that was a marvelous place for it to go for 5 cents, 10 cents, etc. We also went to the Golden State Theater in Monterey. That was really quite interesting because it was a bigger theater, you know. And the boys would sit upstairs and throw water balloons down on the people below. Oh my God. Anyway, so we had the beach was definitely our playground.
Okay. I know you were working quite a bit, but did you get involved at all in any of the theater productions or anything like that in town?
Oh my gosh. That's a sad, sore spot for me. I was working at the Village Hardware. I was just trying to remember what year. I think I was 18 or 19, so I was in junior college. And Edward Custer walked in, and he said, "Barbara, I want you to audition for the role in They Knew What They Wanted." And I looked at him, and my eyes must have popped wide open. It was the role I knew that Carol Lombard was starring in a movie that had just been released. And I said to myself, good Lord, I have never acted. I couldn't possibly do that. So I said no. And I have regretted that. I mean, I have regretted that every day of my life. I just spoke with his daughter, Marcia Custer Ryder, who will be speaking to the Carmel Residents Association in September. And I said to her, you know, Marcia, I turned your father down for the lead in They Knew What They Wanted because I had had no acting experience. And she said, oh, foolish girl, foolish girl. My father's expertise or his claim to fame was taking totally innocent people in terms of experience on the theater and turning them into marvelous actors and actresses. So she said, so sorry you didn't take him up on that. And I have been really sorry.
Did you know the Custer family very well?
No,
or?
I didn't know them very well, no. But he certainly was an interesting fellow and a marvelous contributor to the culture of Carmel. You know, he built and developed the block on Ocean Avenue between Monteverde and Lincoln, the court of the Golden Bough. Mm-hmm. And what is now the Cottages Suites was his ticket booth for the Golden Bough, the original Golden Bough Theater, which was set way, way back in the back of the courtyard. And that tragically burned down, that theater. And then he went on to develop the Golden Bough, which we know on Monteverde Street between 9th and 10th.
Were you here? Was your family in town when the Golden Bough burned down?
I'm trying to remember. No. We came in 1936, and this was much, much earlier. Okay. I think in the 20s. But you know, the Golden Bough, the original one, was known worldwide. Isn't this interesting? For its incredible beauty. They said, the writers who wrote about it, on the East Coast writers would say, it's the most beautiful little theater in the United States, if not prettier than anything Paris has to offer. So that really intrigued me, that he had the sophistication and the know-how and the love to create such a beautiful thing. It was really wonderful.
Must have been quite a man.
Mm-hmm.
Who were some of the other big names that you remember hearing about in Carmel as a child? Any other, besides the Custer family, do you remember anybody else?
Well, what I really would rather talk about is the fact that